Come and listen to this tale about a dude named Ted, standing there just looking at the tools in his shed. And then he got to thinking, just looking ain't no fun. Let's pick one up and plug it in and see if it'll run. It did.
So here
Too.
we have the second of a series of
Ted's a
videos
happy guy 'cause he's got
on
a
the
pretty wife. Figures if he
build
plays
of
it
a
right, he'll
guitar
keep
for
that
my
gal for life.
grandson.
That gal, her name is Beverly, and he's her hillbilly.
It's going to take at least one more after this. I hope you enjoy it.
He's Beverly's hillbilly.
Certainly a new experience for me, and I'll see you at the end. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting a knife cut around the edge so that when I start drilling to hog out the material, it won't raise the edges or anything to spoil the look of the front of the guitar. I have a little bit of room to spare, so I think it'll be all right, I hope. There. Now, you can see that a lot better. Feel it too. I'm going to take my 1/4 inch Forstner bit and do the corners. First I'll set it up so that it's the right depth, or close to it, so that it won't go all the way through at least. And we'll see how it goes from there. I'm not sure how much of that we got. I have a feeling that I didn't record it all, in spite of my best efforts. Like so. Anyway, it's a little boring to watch that, so. Okay, much chiseling later. It's probably still sitting a little bit high, but I can fix that, I think. There's still space under there. What's holding it up is the wire that feeds it. So, yeah. Anyway, show you more. All right, so it's many days later, probably a month or more. Anyway, I'm back working on this guitar body for my grandson. And here I've been, and I forgot to film it, or you know what I mean, it's not film. Forgot to video it. But this is where I'm hogging out the material to fit the pickup in. Alright, so here we go. and so on. Show you more later. Alright, so I've drilled things out quite a bit. I'm going to try using a hopefully sharp chisel. It's never sharp enough for me. Anyway, you get the general idea. We're getting rid of the uneven edges, trying to make it so that the pickup will fit nicely down inside. Long way from fitting yet, but it does fit in this one, see? So we'll just keep going. I'll show you more later. So this is going to be a bit of a nail biter. I have to drill a hole through here and here and into this area where the hollowed out portion for the electronics will be. But in order to get there, I have to drill through here as well, which I'm not happy about because it's going to weaken this some. I just hope it doesn't chip out while I'm drilling. But I've got this set so that it's perpendicular, and I've got this set so that it's just touching the edge of the cutout for the neck, and this edge closest to me is supposed to hit this corner, leaving a 1/2 inch hole for the wire to go through. I'm hoping 1/2 inch is big enough because I really don't want to put a bigger one in there. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Here's my dilemma. The post for the bridge goes there, I believe. And as this is going, it's going to come right into that cavity, which I really don't want. Let me cipher some. This is the bridge. And it goes take some more measurements, I guess, because that looks like I've got some ciphering left to do anyway. But it goes approximately right there. it's going to run straight into it. So what I'm going to do, I think I have to have a wire that goes to the post for the bridge anyway to ground it so that there's no buzz. I don't need it to be a big hole, I don't think. Maybe I can get away with a smaller hole from there if I make my cavity underneath come into this area somehow so that it... Anyway, I'm not going to go very deep with that. That's what the upshot is. So, hole down through there. I only went 3/4 of an inch deep into there. Hopefully that's, I'm about 1/8 of an inch away from where I wanted to be, but anyway, this isn't, thankfully it's not horseshoes. Alright, so what you see here is me trying to hog out the material from the backside to accommodate the electronics. So I've already drilled the holes all the way through, and this is just over, I'm hoping just over 1/4 of an inch thick, what's left there. I'm just going to check it here shortly, but actually I'll maybe see if I can figure out a way to show you that. Going to stay there? Yep. First I'm going to blow this out. So. And there you go. So it's just over 1/4 of an inch. I'm hoping it's deep enough, because I don't really want to go any closer to the front side of the machine, or the guitar. Anyway, I'm all set to cut another, or take another plunge here. See, I've got it right next to the line there. So I'm going to start the thing up and see if I can hold onto the camera with one hand and... So, there you have it. We'll clean up these edges. I'm not sure which way I'll do it. Maybe with the router. Sure. Anyway, we'll see. Show you more. Alright, so I got my wire access widened out enough so that the plugs for the pickups will go through, and I got it down through there as well, and into the cavity right there. The other little hole is for a wire that goes through to the bridge hole for grounding the bridge so that you don't get a buzz. So aside from making a hole and figuring out exactly where I'm going to put that little guy, it's the plug-in. I'm undecided as to whether I want to see if I can get it along the edge here somewhere, or whether I should see if I can put it in somewhere up in here in the face. I'm thinking it's going to be in the way if I put it up there. I'm thinking better down here somewhere, maybe back here. I guess it depends on how good it hangs on. Maybe back higher toward the top. Anyway, you can see I've got a lot of sanding left to do. But the rough shape is there, and it's hollowed out where it needs hollowing out. Come on, focus. There we go. And even a little wee tiny bit of live edge there. Didn't manage to get much. There's a little bit more there. Anyway. So, yeah. Problem here is that I have to figure out a way, since that is only quite shallow, the threaded portion, it has to be able to stick out far enough to put a washer and a nut on it. Problem being, well, it's going to be hard to make stuff thin enough on that wide wall, because I can't get a straight drill in through here, can I? Through there, sorry. Coming across here and to come out there where my finger is. You see, that's considerably bigger than the approximately 1/4 inch that is. Anyhow, I'll figure it out. Show you more. Come on here, focus. Where's it? My eyes? I haven't got my glasses on. Anyway, this crazy looking outfit here is supposed to cut, it doesn't matter which direction, so I should be able to attach the drill here and pull this way to get a hole for him to go in. Anyway, I'll set you up on the tripod and see if it'll work or not. If it's a fail, it's a fail, because it'll ruin everything, but I'll show you more. Alright, well, we'll see if we can get this thing on there. On tight enough that it'll... Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have clamped that in place before I got too carried away, shouldn't I? Will that stay there? Probably not. Alright, it's been a wet, rainy day. Sun's going down earlier, not to mention it's cloudy and dark out, miserable looking. Anyway, I've been back on the guitar a little bit here, in between other things. So here's what I've made for a piece to cover that. I still got to drill a hole for this back one. Got wet on me last night and it curled a little bit, but it's only about 5-30 seconds thick. Anyway, when I drill that hole back there, that'll draw the back corner down. It'll take the flex out of it. And these all fit around my standoffs, which are all glued in except for the one I just put in there. It's glued in, but it's not dry yet. And as a possible finish for my guitar, or for my grandson's guitar, I'm thinking about that right there. That's a piece of the same wood that this body came out of. And what I did was I scorched it with a propane torch, and then I put some clear finish on it. That hasn't been sanded or anything. It was a piece that was left over, and I thought, well, it'll make a great sample piece. There's what the end grain looks like even without having burnt it. And there's what it looks like on non-burnt. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I still gotta sand up the back side of the neck and cut and drill for the pegs. And this is what I've come up with for that. So that'll sit about there like so, but that's just a template, so I'll take those tuning heads out and I'll trace that. And I'll try to recreate this on the bandsaw. And once this has been burned, I'll install the neck, and then I'll put finish on everything except, of course, for the top of the fretboard. It's all covered with sawdust. Anyway, that's all for now. Show you more. Alright. Hope it doesn't look too much like it's been on fire, but, you know, that was kind of the idea. That's just scorched and sanded with 800 grit paper. Looks a little bit rough right now, but it'll smooth out, I'm hoping, quite a bit, and it looks a lot better in person. Anyway, the finish on it looks like that. It's just a clear gloss plastic. I'll get several coats, but first I've got to sand off the back side of the neck. Smooth it up. It's already pretty nice, but it's got some ridges along there that you can't feel, but you can see. So I'm hoping that if I give it a light scuff with some fairly fine paper, and like I said, I still have that pattern to put on here. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to sand a bit, then I'm going to go in. Well, as promised, here we are at the end of this one. And like I mentioned before, there will be at least one more to show the finished product. All that being said, I would sure appreciate it if you would, if you're not already, subscribe and hit the notification button if you like, for the bell, that is. And, comment too. I kind of like that. Anyway,
So now I guess this
see you
episode
next
is all
time.
done and said. I would like to thank you all for visiting with Ted. If you'd like to see what's next, why not subscribe and see? It's not that hard, just click on it. It's easy as could be. Comment too. I'd like that.